Hi everybody. In this lesson, I will continue with how to add component to an existing React Native app in Redux. So firstly, we continue with the previous lesson, and in the component directory, I create a new file. So add component.js. So add component is a React Native component here with text input and a button to add tasks to a to-do list. So it is composed in a component. So I define the component as a basic React Native component. So firstly, I have to import the add new task action. I import the action to here because I want I will call this action from here. Secondly, I define the add component. It stands from component, and it has a view outer, and inside the view we have button, we have text input, and the text input here according to the user interface you see in the right. And so after updating the new task, a new task name state will be updated to binding the text input, and then after the value will be updated to the new task name here. So it is user internal of this component. So we also have a button below the text input. To add a button to here, you need a touchable highlight and an image to set for the button and the on press action. So firstly, you have to check the new task name. If it is blank, it will just return and do nothing. So secondly, how we add new task action to here. So you have to call to the container, and I will introduce you about detail about container in the next video. But in this video, only concentrated on component only, not container. So create a new file, task list component.javascript, and the task list component will contain the flat list. So we have a flat list to display all the item, and I define similarly to the previous component. We have a task list component and contain the flat list, and the render items will render the item component, and we contain the action. So it contains the action. I will introduce about container later. So we also have a task item component.js, and the task item component will be the item of a list, and then we have a task item component here, task A, task B, task C. Okay, and as a task item component, we have get the information from the item, and if the completed property true or false, you can change the color, change the text color depending on the completed status and the task name. So the task item component should have a button to task when you task to the button. So I add a touchable highlight button up to and out of the text input of the text, and here inside this I will call the action toggle task. And how we call this action toggle task? So we will call through container, and I will add in the next video about container to process this action. Okay, this lesson is end today. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos, and download code in GitHub here.